Hello, welcome back to another episode of the HellFire Club podcast. This is Arturo,
I'm Majid.
and today we're going to be talking about Hellraiser, 1987, Clive Barker.
Legit dope movie.
All right, we'll get into that though. But before that, hey, what's up, Jake? What's new? What have you been up to?
Me, nothing much.
Still,
Going to the shop.
still working on your car or what?
Yeah. Last night I was trying to get some Sour Patch Kids. Straight went down the street. Car did not want to go in gear.
Really?
Yeah. So
Like into what gear?
first, second, any gear.
It doesn't want to.
It didn't want to go in. So I'm just
literally right here.
I'm
Like you? How far did you make it from when?
Well, because I started rolling and I was trying to put in gear and it was just rolling down the street. And so I was like, like I got to the end of the street.
But you weren't even in first gear yet?
It wasn't even first. I was just trying to put in gear like the whole time.
Yeah, but your car didn't even. It started.
Well, it started, but it just wouldn't put in
okay.
gear. And then I was like, it's like 10:30 at night, phone. I was just thinking, I'm just have to push my car all the way up this hill.
Yeah.
And then so I just hit up my dad.
But you were right. You weren't too far though, right?
No.
But like if you're talking about pushing, that's
Yeah,
really far.
I was like, and especially it's kind of heavy. My tires were kind of underinflated. So it was just a pure disaster.
So what is that? Something with the tranny or the clutch or what's the?
It was
Or you don't know yet. Or
well, I don't know. I mean, it was. There's multiple reasons for this thing to happen, right?
Yeah.
So, one, there might be a pressure plate issue, which is tranny, which we haven't done anything about it yet.
Yeah.
But the main thing we changed today was the clutch master cylinder.
See, I don't know none of these fucking terms. It's just
So yeah, so like where you push the clutch in.
Oh
it
yeah,
pushes,
the master cylinder.
Yeah,
Okay,
it just pushes that.
I remember I had a problem with that once, but it was on my my Accord, I think.
Oh, that'd probably be the brake.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it wasn't the clutch, obviously, because it was automatic. It was just the brake.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was like straight going all the way down, not doing anything really. Right?
Oh, it would just go all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the time I got to the bottom, like where it's pedal to the metal, then it was kind of slowing it down.
Oh, okay.
But like the sensitivity, I don't know too much, but
that
sucks, though.
So we changed that, and all the air in the system we kept like you have to bleed it. You have to like pump the clutch, and then you go to the slave cylinder, which is like on the transmission for my car, and you unscrew this little like breather, and then the fluid should squirt out. We was doing that for like 20 minutes. Nothing was happening. And then it was just getting a pure disaster. So then we just put the we have like this bleeder machine where you put the air in and it sucks it up, like, so it sucks all the air up automatically, and you just hold the clutch out all the way down, and it sucks everything up. So I did that, and then I had to do a little bit of work. Like I had to do some brakes for some guy's car, and then got home.
So just another day at the shop.
Another day at the shop.
Damn, that sucks, man. That's
what have you been up to?
Nothing that bad, man. Just today I had just went to the gym. I went to class, just statistics class. It's starting to get a little tough, but whatever. I'm gonna pass though. So
do you like it?
I liked it at first, dude, but like if you start getting like lost a little bit, it sucks. But that's not too bad though. I think a lot of people made it sound worse than what it was.
Yeah, I think like statistics, like everybody should take it, so you know like how stats actually work.
Yeah, so just that. But earlier I was at the gym, right, and I was just listening to different podcasts, and then like in between sets or whatever, I usually hop on like Instagram real quick.
Yeah.
So I saw this video. It's kind of fucked up, but it was another one of those, because I've been seeing these. Have you been seeing the ones where like ICE comes and takes away like immigrants like in front of the kids and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So I saw one of those. It was this, I guess it was the dude who got taken away. I guess his brother was recording it, and then his niece, which is the guy recording his niece, because it's person's daughter, 9 years old, was like just crying in the front yard, right? I was like, damn, this sucks, you know? I was like,
yeah, it's kind of sad.
yeah, and then I go in the comments. And then while he was recording, too, he was saying, like, damn, is this what all you fucking Trump supporters wanted? Like, you know, you guys got your wish, like, pretty much, like, you guys want to tear apart families? Like, he's not even doing anything, like.
Taking just a father away from his kids?
Yeah, that type of thing, right? So, and then the comments, you see, like, I've been, you can see this now a lot more than before, because I feel like now that Trump won,
people are out.
Yeah, those people on that side
yeah.
that have always been there just been silent. Now I feel the need, like, they could talk shit.
Yeah.
Like, their guy won, and, like, so I saw
they feel kind of vindicated. Like,
yeah.
their beliefs are kind of like, oh, yeah, they're kind of, they're okay now.
So I remember seeing, like, a couple, like, LMAO, Trump's a boss. Like, you know, I was like, dude, like, that's fucked up, whatever. And then I saw this guy and this girl going back and forth, you know. Obviously, it's a white dude. And then, like, a Hispanic chick, right? And then, like, they were just arguing. Because I guess if you go on any type of those videos, you just see all these arguments and stuff like that. And then I go to, like, this chick was making really good points, right? And this dude, I think, was just kind of just trying to talk shit. And I go to his page, and it says, like, something about the Earth being flat, like flat Earth. And then I was like, oh, so I was like, that's it. So I'm not even gonna take anything this dude's saying serious. Like, he was trying to argue with her too, like, about trying to be all factual and everything. And then
but yeah, he believes in flat Earth.
Yeah, then he had the flat Earth, and I was like, dude, you're just discrediting yourself. Like, he's part of that movement. But yeah, that was that, and I was like, dude, that's funny, man. So I guess those people
exist.
Yeah, they really do now.
I got a situation for you.
What's up?
Okay, if say Donald Trump came up to you and was like, all right, bro, I'll pay you straight bank. You're gonna be set.
So how much are we talking?
I'm talking about, like, you're gonna be set for pretty much the rest of your life.
We'll say, like, something crazy, like 50 million or something. Right?
I'll say, bro, we could go 150. Well, all right, we could go crazy.
All right, 150 million.
150 million.
It better not be nothing fucking sexual.
But on the check that I'm gonna give you, is gonna be written out as my sex slave. All right. But and you're gonna have to be his sex slave.
I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Hold on, fool. Okay. But the thing is, it's not like you're not gonna be. I mean, that's kind of gay. Just being like, all right, fool, I'm a male. I'm Donald Trump's sex slave, fool. So you're gonna be living with that. But you're not gonna have sex with that fool. That fool just wants you to straight cuck him, fool. He wants you to straight have sex with his wife while he watches, fool. Would you take that job, fool? And he wants you to, like, straight disrespect him, fool. So
I guess I don't know. Is it gonna be like on air, like recorded? Or
nah, fool. This is just
privacy.
This is his.
Only you and him know about it.
Yeah, fool, and his wife.
I mean, I don't know. Why? What's the catch though? Like, what's the?
I mean, the catch is, fool. You're gonna go to the bank, fool, with the straight Donald Trump sex slave check, fool.
What? You're not really a sex slave though.
I know, fool, but nobody knows that, fool.
And then
the bankers are just gonna see you as a sex slave, fool.
And I don't know. I get, but see, this is the thing. You would want to, because you would want to kind of like piss him off. But if he's getting off to it, then you're kind of doing him a favor. Like, he gets pleasure out of that. Yeah. So you're not really sticking it to him, like, by fucking his wife. His wife's fucking annoying too, by the way. But
all right, fool. Just say it was a. And she's kind of old, fool. So say it was like his daughter, fool.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's something real weird, fool.
You could still do a cuck with a daughter, right?
I think so. I mean,
I guess. I don't know. Fool, what would you do?
Honestly, I'd probably do it.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
But what happens if say he's like, the more disrespect that you show me, he's gonna take it out on your people, fool. As a president.
So there's the catch there.
So now would you?
Then I wouldn't do it though.
So you?
Well, I'd like to say I wouldn't do it, because I'd like to say, but then again, I don't have the 150 in front of me. 150 million.
Yeah, and how much that was full set for life.
Like me right here just talking, I would say I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't sell out like that, especially on our people or whatever. But then again, I don't have the 150 million, so I don't know. but I would like to say
Yeah,
I'd
you
be a
would.
stand-up dude to just not do
You
it.
like to think that you had
Yeah.
a honor.
Yeah, especially him, dude. You'd have to.
Yeah, but I mean, you know how satisfying that would be.
What, for you?
Well, just to cuck him.
I know, but the thing is, and real people are really into that. But but the thing is, like, he wouldn't. You know, he wouldn't. If he's paying you, he gets off to that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but he wouldn't want it out in public, right? That's
Yeah.
it. That's like hidden stuff.
Yeah,
And in your mind, like, dude, I just
I would do
straight
that.
cucked you.
I would do that and record it on the low and do blackmail hits. So
Just keep
blackmail.
just.
Yeah. Just do that. Isn't that what they said about the Russian thing, the Russian prostitutes?
Yeah, like
They got some heat.
They got some heat on them.
Some heat.
Which I mean, hey,
Hey, so far,
it looking like it might be true.
because he's not fucking
Yeah.
like, he's not.
Like
fucking
if
with the
somebody was like,
Russians.
"Hey, I got heat on you," I was like, "Dude, this
Yeah.
fool don't got anything."
But the Russians like, have him by the balls, pretty much.
Yeah, like if some random dude online said, "Oh, they got heat on me,"
Yeah.
and I know they don't,
Yeah.
I'm gonna straight talk dirt on this dude all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, these guys are nice."
Yeah, but by the way he reacts to it, it's kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of sus.
Kind of sus, huh? Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough scenario though. But
And then your people are gonna get hurt.
yeah, but I feel like there has been a lot of those, like the ICE things are really cracking down on the
Yeah,
immigrants, and then you could tell people's attitude because people are like, oh, it's an immigration. I think it's for the most part we know it's like a race thing, dude. Because it's not. He's never talking about building a wall. At least I never heard of like on the Canadian border. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's just the attitude behind it, and same thing with the Muslim ban. Like he's like, oh, it's not a Muslim ban, even though on his when he was running,
he was like, "Yeah, I was
straight
gonna have
out
a
said,
Muslim. I can't even say it. Muslim ban."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when they're talking about like, "Oh, we're gonna have tariffs for Mexico, for like them importing goods or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, first of all, that's not gonna hurt Mexico
Mm-hmm.
because they're just gonna raise the prices on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
All it's gonna do is hurt us
Mm-hmm.
because we're gonna have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if I was if I had a business, say, and I was importing to some. All right, I have a business and I'm trying to import it to like your people's.
So you're exporting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or yeah,
And then-
did I say import?
Yeah.
All right,
But
yeah.
You're exporting the
if
goods.
I'm exporting it to like your country, and you're like, okay, well, we're gonna have a 20% tariff on you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be like, okay, my straight products are 20% more now,
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna take the hit.
Right.
Why would I take the hit?
I don't know, dude. Because Mexico apparently is gonna. When we build the wall, apparently Mexico's gonna pay for it. So
Yeah.
I guess they're just gonna do what he says. You know
It's
what I mean?
like, bro, I'm not. Doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna just charge more for my products,
Yeah.
and whoever wants to buy it is gonna have to pay more.
Yeah. I don't know, man. There's a lot of things that
Doesn't make sense.
that he says. And it's just crazy, dude. It seems like every day is almost something new. Every other day.
Yeah, like I can't stop watching like CNN and
Yeah.
and,
You get your news from CNN.
CNN or
That's
any
fake
news.
news, bro.
Yeah, I can't.
You gotta go to Fox.
It's true. It's truly a straight
It's because
soap opera.
He didn't know what he was gonna do, and now he's getting exposed. Now it's showing. Like when everybody was saying he was underqualified when he was running.
Yeah, there's a reason why.
Yeah, but you had his people saying like, they swore like they had it under control and they were gonna. But now it's like it's totally showing. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
There's a reason why people they ask for experience when you go into a job. You don't just show up.
Right. Well,
And you have like
And
no
it
idea
shows.
how
And I think,
the system works.
Yeah, and I think exactly. He's getting exposed. Like he doesn't even know how the government's ran, but and I think come next election, I think he's gonna lose by a landslide. Like I don't think that's it depends who's gonna run too, but I don't know. I think everybody kind of like got caught sleeping on this one.
Yeah, they
kind of like
they thought they
didn't
knew what
think,
they want.
Yeah, nobody really thought that he was gonna win, and then he fucking won, and then now we're like, oh shit, now we're screwed for the next 4 years.
Yeah, I think just people didn't. They thought they knew what they wanted,
Yeah.
and then when they got it, they're like, you know what?
Yeah, exactly. You're talking about the people who voted for him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them thought we need a businessman in there, and it's
He's
like,
gonna,
dude,
he's gonna fix the economy.
yeah, he's gonna run it like a business. It's like
The dude who declared bankruptcy, like how many
it
times?
doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So you want to get into
yeah, but anyways, man. Yeah. So last night, well, you watched it last night too, right?
Yeah, I watched it last night.
Hellraiser. You know what? I had seen this movie. I never saw it all the way through. I've only seen it like the first, like, I don't know, 30 minutes of it maybe.
Yeah.
And so I pretty much watched it for the first time last night. And this is you had been telling me about it. So I watched it last night, man. My overall impression, I thought it was kind of whack, to be honest, dude. Yeah, I thought it was kind of whack. Like, I was in there optimistic. Okay, but I thought it was whack, but I'll tell you why, and it might, like,
I think I know.
You could probably understand, because it's not like, well, I'll tell you. Or what were you gonna say?
Okay, what I'm gonna say is,
can you predict why I probably maybe didn't like it? And by the way, me and Majid have like different tastes.
Yeah, different
in horror, I guess, kind of.
Yeah,
it's different preferences, I guess. You know,
it's not like a classically like horror like slasher movie.
Yeah,
it's
not slasher.
Pinhead is barely in the movie.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. I thought like he was
like a major antagonist.
Like yeah, exactly. I thought he was gonna be like a Jason or like a
he's like
Myers. Or
he's
something.
Barely in the movie.
Yeah, he's barely in it.
He's
along
like
with the other.
Yeah.
What do they call them?
The Cenobites.
That's right. But and
it's.
And I know this is your movie, dude. So
I
you really like it. So
well, I like Pinhead. I like the idea of.
Okay, and then so if I mean I guess we'll say spoiler alert, but I mean
it's 1987.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen it now, go check it out. But I mean, there's people like me out there, but
yeah.
Overall, I thought it was whack. What do you think?
I like Hellraiser. Yeah.
Right. So if you haven't seen it, go see it and then come back. All right. So some of the issues I got with it, which I guess I gotta take into consideration that it was from 1987, is that some of it, dude, this is what loses me in movies sometimes. If you can't, I mean, it was back then though, so maybe it looked cool back then, but like some of it looked fake, dude, like too fake though, like when the hooks go in the skin and shit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I cannot fuck with that, right? And then obviously with the little, what are they, like the little laser effects or whatever, dude. I mean,
oh yeah.
It was probably hot back then, but watching it now, I was like,
yeah. I mean, if if you watch Lawnmower Man, it looks really bad.
So this is the thing. So the thing is, like, if it looks kind of, to me, I always had a theory, like, if it looks fake or it's gonna, then just take that part out, whatever. But so I had an issue with that. Okay, that was in the beginning. That was
what about when Frank straight regrew
with the blood?
Yeah. Uh-huh. I mean, that was pretty.
He looked kind of cool.
Where it was like,
yeah,
not like when it was the actual effect of him coming out of the floor.
Oh, that
and
thing?
Like he kept
he's like
it was like
skeleton.
And it was like all in reverse where like everything was growing back.
The thing he was kind of cool like in some of those, like as he started getting more of his flesh and stuff like that. I thought he was alright, but like in his first beginning stages when he's straight like just pure skeleton, I thought it looked a little funny, like a little cheesy. But so, and then okay, next I'll just talk about I'll get into more, but next I'll talk about the storyline too. I didn't really think the storyline was that good though. Like, so this chick's married to this dude, right? She's obviously like fucking his brother.
Straight whore.
Yeah, so she was like having an affair with his brother. So the whole time, most of the movie takes place in the house. And the whole mission, the whole point of the movie is for her to help him come back to like human form, kind of.
Yeah.
By with blood. So she would have to bring random dudes and kind of kill them, and he would kind of feed off their blood. So, and then at the end, he ends up fucking killing her anyway. So I was like, I don't know, dude. It didn't really do much for me. Like, so he escapes the death of the box, right? I don't even know how he ended up escaping, and then he's hiding underneath, or he's like a skeleton underneath the wood and underneath the floor.
So when he died, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Cenobites pretty much cleaned the room,
Mm-hmm.
but there's still like pieces. I think in the book,
Mm-hmm.
like it's a lot more graphic. I think there's like straight cum and blood, like all together.
Uh-huh.
And then when the dad, what was that fool's name?
Who's dead? Oh, the
Frank. Yeah.
Shit.
What was her? What was?
I don't know.
The Frank's brother.
Uh-huh.
The dad.
The main character, kind of, I guess.
Yeah. When he cuts his hand.
Uh-huh.
His blood.
Right.
Gets mixed in with all the stuff, and then that's when he.
His name was Larry. I was gonna say Larry too.
That's when he. Because I guess they didn't clean it totally.
Mm-hmm.
There was still there's still fragments of Frank still between the wood.
Oh, okay.
And so when he cut his hand and then you saw him like dripping blood all over the place, that's when Frank got the blood and escaped the Cenobites.
Right. So then I don't know. So okay, so that whole storyline about her fucking the brother and.
Well, in the book, I think what happened was. Frank kind of like rapes the wife. No, it wasn't like mutual, I think, in the book.
But then what? Then they end up just that.
But I mean, it kind of like into like that Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like thing.
In the movie, you could tell he is kind of like that. They did show a little bit. Not well, obviously it wasn't like too forced, but it was showing that he was like the aggressor.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. So. But that, and then the whole thing with this, like, I don't know, dude. It's so, okay, I'll tell you the part that pissed me off the most was that big ass worm looking thing that's like comes through the hall. What's his? I don't even know if he has a name or anything.
It was like that scorpion kind of.
Bro. He looks so fucking like fake, bro. Like so, like come on, dude. And this is the thing.
87.
I know. This is the thing. It kind of reminded me of some of the
and those are like practical effects.
Yeah, some of the practical effects from the Nightmare series. But the thing about the Nightmare series that I give a pass to, which I kind of like, is because it's all dream state, you know. So when you see all this crazy shit, you're like, oh well, I mean, it's a dream state, which anything goes. But this is kind of like when you see all that, is like in real life and like.
But those are like hell creatures.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude. And then the other fat dude with the sunglasses, I was like, come on, dude. You know
those are because I think those because the Cenobites come.
There's 3 of them, and then the fucking scorpion thing, right?
No, I don't. The scorpion is not technically like a Cenobite. He's just like a. It's just like
good, because that fool was.
It's like when you play like Diablo fool, and you know like you go through. Like you have to kill Ball. Diablo.
I don't know. I think
like
Diablo
Mephisto. Remember, like you have the bosses, right?
So is he above them or what? Or who?
The little scorpion?
Yeah.
No, he's just like a.
He's just like a regular.
Okay. Like a enemy you would kill.
Right. Okay. But yeah, that dude, he looks stupid. And because come on, dude, if you're watching that, it's kind of cheesy. Like,
well, the Cenobites are like people. They were people that were playing with the box. I believe.
Okay. And but Pinhead did look cool. He looks dope. That chick, or I don't know if it's a chick, the one with the piercing through her mouth or whatever.
Yeah, and her throat was open.
Yeah, that one. She looked kind of cool. The other thing was like, what? The little dude looks like Boo, kind of, with sunglasses on.
Oh,
I was like, come on, dude. Him and the other thing. All right, that's what I didn't like. What else? I don't know, man. The ending too was kind of like a little weird, right? So I'm gonna jump into the ending when they they throw the box into the fire, right? So you think like everything's good to go. They defeated them and happy ending. And then there's her, I think her name was Christy or something.
Yeah, Christy.
Christy and her boyfriend or whatever get the box and throw it into the fire, and then the homeless dude or the bum dude comes and takes the box and like transforms
into like a demon.
Yeah, and like takes off. I'm like, what? Come on, dude.
Yeah, that's how it is, fool.
I know, man, but you know, maybe this is just a preference thing. Cause for me, I don't like too.
That's why the Cenobites, fool. They said that they've done it so many times.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It just seems too like phony.
This is how Cenobites work, fool.
Too phony, dude. So I didn't like all that. The parts that I do like, I guess, would be Hellraiser, his character, and which he wasn't in it, I guess, as much as I thought he was gonna be. I mean, Pinhead.
Yeah.
And
Clive Barker didn't like the name Pinhead for
that dude.
Yeah, I think his name was like technically like the priest or something like that.
Oh, that dude. I don't know. So.
And I think it was a female in the books.
Mhm. Cause even the lead chick, I guess, like not the lead, but Christy.
Yeah.
I thought she was okay. Like she didn't really. She was kind of like she jumped like halfway in the movie, and then like she kind of became the heroine. Like after she witnessed that dude go in there with Larry's wife.
Yeah.
Which is her dad's wife. After that, then she kind of became like the heroine or whatever. So she wasn't there off the jump, you know, which is kind of like. So I didn't really get like too
emotionally invested.
Yeah, into her, yeah. And then the wife was kind of getting on my nerves, but I thought she ended up dying, which was kind of weird. I thought that was kind of cool because it kind of shows you that Frank really didn't give a fuck. Like
yeah, Frank was a straight douchebag.
He told her like after she took the whole time to like she was killing people for him, doing everything for him. And he's like, "Oh, don't take it personal." When he stabbed her by accident,
and then was kind of absorbing a little bit of her too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, you're stupid. You just did all this for this dude." And he was telling you that you guys are gonna be together after this.
That's how
you got played.
Got played.
It's a real life situation sometimes. But yeah, so that was my criticism, and I mean, I'll give my score after you, I guess. But go ahead and tell me what was your things you liked. Things you didn't like, or maybe I didn't see it the way you did.
Well, I like practical effects. Uh-huh. So when you said that you didn't like the little scorpion guy,
that dude looked crazy, dude. Come on, he was coming through the hallway at the hospital or whatever.
Yeah, I know. And then I'm not sure. I think it was like an actual person too, because like if you see like how he was running, it looked like kind of hands like.
I didn't catch that, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
It looked like how he was running through like the hallway, and then Christy was trying to like escape.
Right.
Well, I mean, what I didn't like was when Christy was like looking back. It's like, dude, if I saw that thing, I'm just running.
Yeah.
I like the idea of people that are so into themselves. Mm-hmm. You know, like they would like how Frank, he wanted the next thing. He was all about like pleasuring himself and all that. Mm-hmm. Like if you saw all the pictures, he was like, having sex with all these chicks. Mm-hmm. And then so he was like, like this is not doing it for me, Mm-hmm. So that's when he went to get the box.
Right.
And then that's when, what's your pleasure?
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah.
He comes out at the end too. Right?
Yeah, because.
Who is he? Is he just like obviously? I don't think he's not a human, right?
No, he's like another demon, just trying to
get people.
He's just like selling fools. Mm-hmm. And then, so I like the idea of like somebody like they goes to the end length of trying to get
satisfaction,
to get the best pleasure that they could get.
They seek,
but then
they go to the extreme
where it in the end destroys them.
Yeah, that's true.
Where it's like, where you have to think like sometimes you have to be content of what you have.
Not that dude though. He was a total douche though.
Yeah, he was.
That's just how he was. There's people like that too. Like they're just douchebags.
On to the next best thing.
That's just kind of how they are.
So I like the idea of people like that getting what they deserve in the end.
I guess I didn't really see that. Like now that you say it, that is kind of what happened. So
because he all he cared about was himself.
Yeah.
But then in the end, I mean, everything caught back up to him when Pinhead straight. What I didn't I mean, some things I didn't like. I mean, I felt bad that straight dad fool.
The dad
just got offed, and he was like the biggest good guy.
And like he was the character that he liked the most.
Yeah, he was the biggest good guy in that whole circle.
Yeah, that's like if there was one person you could choose to survive, it would have been him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was just trying to please his wife, trying to connect with his daughter.
Yeah. And meanwhile, you feel for him because he's getting cheated on.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, that sucks.
And then
he's like, yeah, he's a total nice dude.
Total good guy, stand up guy.
And then this is another thing. When obviously Frank kills him off or whatever, and then when Christy comes home thinking it's Larry, you could totally see that he has like blood all over him, and then like she doesn't say anything about that.
Well, because
you know what I mean, like around like his head.
Yeah, because Frank says, "Oh, we took care of it." Remember?
Yeah.
Like he was like, "Oh, we killed Frank in the attic," and that's when she went up there and was like,
"I know," but before that, when she was just talking to him regular, he had the blood before anything, and then she just didn't say anything about it. I thought she was gonna be like, "Hey, where'd this come from?"
Yeah.
And then that's how she's gonna find out.
Yeah.
Also, too, if I'm not mistaken, his eyes turn brown. His eyes originally are blue.
Blue, yeah.
And then I think when Frank's are brown, and I think when she's talking to him, because I even looked, his eyes were brown.
Yeah, his eyes were like, and it was like kind of like dark.
Yeah, so, but I guess, I mean, she found out shortly after, but right.
Yeah, I mean that's when
he was acting real weird.
When the switch was when he says, "Come to daddy."
Yeah, that's the big reveal.
Yeah,
because he always said that.
That's his little perv line.
Yeah. So.
Because when she goes up to the attic and all the Cenobites come, and like Pinhead was like, "I want the guy that did this."
Right, he said, "Bring me the guy."
Yeah, because Pinhead knew it's like, "Oh, this is Frank, or somebody that we obviously tortured that escaped." And then she was like, "No, dude, you can't have my dad. That wasn't like the part of the deal. I told you I was gonna give you Frank."
Yeah, so she still thought that
was her dad.
Yeah, she still hadn't known yet.
And then straight runs out, and then that's when he was like, "Oh, where you like? Don't stay with us. We'll be happy here or something."
Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh, come to daddy."
Yeah.
And then that's when she I guess runs back up or something. Oh no, that's when the chick grabs her, and then she got accidentally stabbed.
Yeah.
So which I mean that was kind of weird how he straight missed.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
that's what I'm saying.
Have a little bit more accuracy with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I kind of knew going in that this movie obviously had its flaws or whatever. Like, it's...
Yeah, I mean, an 80s movie.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, there's other ones from that time that are, like, you know, obviously, that were, like, really good. Or generally... Like, general consensus is that it's really good, whatever. But another thing I heard, though, is I don't know if you want to, if eventually we'll cover this one, but I heard the second one was good. Like,
second one?
Have you seen the second one?
Yeah.
Do you remember it, or has it been a while? Because I was telling my friend James,
Oh, yeah, second one.
He told me the second one's hot, but I don't know if he was just fucking with me, because I told him that I didn't like the first one.
Second one...
Without saying too much.
Yeah,
because we might watch it and do another.
Pinhead is in it a little bit more. There's something I don't like about it that I'm not gonna.
Okay.
That is gonna kind of spoil it, but.
Let's see this. Which one is better, the first one or the second one? Usually it's always the original one, but.
I think it gets better. I think three might be like. The hottest one in terms of Pinhead being like Pinhead.
Okay. That's how okay, so the third one you'd probably say like
if like you like Pinhead, third one's probably the best one.
Yeah.
Second one, I don't know how to. If I guess if you like the idea of maybe like if you like the idea of exploring the other world more.
Okay.
Is like if you want to see more of like inside the like the labyrinth, I guess you would just say.
Right. The upside down. Or
The upside down.
Okay.
So if you want to explore that world, you'd the second one.
Well, because the second one is on Netflix, so I'll probably watch that. But I don't know if it's. I don't know, man. I didn't really like it that much. So.
Third one is Pinhead. I mean, I showed you like where he was in the church.
Yeah. I remember you showed me that scene.
Yeah.
Which is actually a pretty cool scene.
Yeah. What I like also is I like how they have a lot of like scripture sayings in like the Hellraiser series. I forgot what they said in the first one. I think Frank said it at the end when he was about to get straight.
After they already put the hooks in them?
When they put the hooks and he was already getting stretched out.
Oh. And he starts laughing, kind of?
No, like he licks his lips, kind of all pervy, like to Christy, and then what did he? I forgot what he said. It was something like biblical, and then in the obviously the church scene, he poses like Jesus on the cross, and then he also like puts his blood in the priest's mouth and says, this is my blood or whatever. So I like when horror movies can kind of be offensive, like because I think a lot.
I think if you do it right, if you do it like I think it's about the execution too, because if you do something just to try to do shock value, then it's. But you could tell you just wanted like you just then it won't work. But if you do it well, like this.
But I mean, I don't think people would see. Like I mean, I think like maybe religious people might see the like blasphemy that's going on, but I don't think like any agnostic or atheist would be like, oh, like I think it would be like a throwaway line to other people.
So for them, it'd probably be like
something more like, oh, like Jesus Christ, fool. This guy's a little ridiculous.
Yeah, because there's some things like you can do to push that line, or
Yeah, like when
if you like kill, like if it's anything with kids or something like that.
Yeah.
But as long as if you execute it well and it kind of has its place in your storyline or something. Or if it reflects, if something to reflect the character, show you how they are, then yeah. But if you do it just to do it, then I think
like when Pinhead like appears in the hospital, when Christie's all was like, "Who are you?" And he was like, "What?" He was like, "Angels to some, or demons to some, angels to others."
Yeah.
So it's like. Like I like those kind of subtleness.
The thing I heard about Pinhead is that he has like a lot of like quotable like
a lot of quotable lines.
Yeah,
because he's like pure. He's all about like. It's all like BDSM stuff.
Yeah,
like causing pain for like pleasure, I guess.
Right. But so overall. What would you give? Like, what would you give your score? Like 1 through 100.
1 through 100.
And we did this last time.
Yeah. I would say 75.
75.
75.
All right.
Just because my problems were like, there was like just small problems with like the homeless guy. You never really you never knew what was his deal.
What was his deal? Yeah. You see him in the beginning when Christy and the boyfriend are walking
to the dorm or whatever,
kind of like in a shed or something, spying him, and then you see him in the pet store that she works at when he's eating like moths or something.
Yeah, and you're like, dude, what's this guy's?
Yeah, what's
like,
his relevance?
Are you gonna expand on this guy, or
and
is he
comes
just
at the very end, which I guess kind of tells you like, oh, okay, But even then, it's kind of like, well,
yeah. Why is he following her? Right. Like, does he know like what's going on?
75. All right. I'll give it a, honestly, like a 55. I don't know. It just isn't, and that's just because it's like, yeah, 55, dude. To be honest, you know, I mean, I know that it's like a franchise and he's a big deal and everything, but it's just that movie alone, I was kind of like, nah, man. If you took Hellraiser's like name out of it and pretend it wasn't this franchise or it didn't have like its cult following or something, I would have just gave it like a 55. So I'm just trying to kind of be as honest. Like if in certain different
did you want Pinhead to be in it more? Because I mean, like, you know.
Well, yeah, that too. But I just thought the storyline was whack. Like this chick is just killing dudes and just bringing them home, and they're just at the house the whole time, and he's just.
Yeah, because that was pretty much they were the real villains.
And then like I don't know, man. It was. I mean, it wasn't terrible. Like, I mean, obviously we know terrible movies, like, but I mean, it's about a 55 for me, like out of 100. So
because I mean, that's a lot of like criticism I hear is because like people go in and they're like, oh, Pinhead, yeah. And they think he's gonna be in it a lot more than he is.
Yeah, because like all the deaths weren't even from him. They were from the chick. What's her name? The wife. I forgot her name. Julia. Yeah, Julia was the one catching all the bodies.
Yeah. Yeah, just Julia and Frank were they're the only bad people in the.
And Julia's kind of like manipulated into doing what he wanted. So I guess was she good person doing bad things, or was she bad?
I think to me she's just bad because I mean she was cheating on Larry, bro.
I know that's what I'm saying. But she still seemed like she had a conscience, you know.
Yeah, like she didn't want to do it at first.
Yeah.
But then when Frank was just teasing her with that dick, that's when she just. I mean, bro, Frank must be putting it down or something.
I know, cause at first when they first revealed it, that love triangle, and love triangle, and then they showed, like. It kind of threw me off. Like I was not expecting that, you know, because at first she acts like she didn't even know who he was when they first go to the house and all that. Not until she picks up the pictures of that she saw with him and this other chick. Right? She goes into like I guess what was his room.
Yeah.
She's kind of like upset by that, and then after that, it's like when she starts like having flashbacks. And I was kind of like, wait, what the hell? So there's like a relationship going, like a.
When she didn't know, well, the flashback was when she didn't know who he was, like when she opened the door, and then Frank was
he said, "Yeah, I'm the brother. Though. Yeah, I'm here for the wedding or whatever."
Yeah, that's when she didn't know him then.
Yeah, but then they had sex right after that.
Yeah, then that's when Frank.
Yeah.
Just was being a good brother or what?
Yeah, I guess. But that's the thing, how it didn't seem like he was close to his brother. Larry at all, because he didn't give a shit about him. He was almost gonna kill him that one time when they were having sex on the bed,
or when Larry was trying to have sex. Cause
yeah, and then he was gonna kill him then, and then he didn't give a shit. He was,
yeah, because he just that's what I'm saying. Like
he's just one of those people, right?
That just care about himself.
Yeah, because he fucked his brother's wife, obviously. So that tells you. And then he wanted to kill him, and then he ended up killing him at the end.
For his skin.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the other thing. Was like, I thought he was gonna come back to life and still be Frank. So he just takes his skin off and just throws it on, I guess, or just.
Yeah.
Not too sure how that works, but.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want to like nitpick at that.
Yeah.
Well, how could you do like who cares? Yeah. But I thought that was a little weird. But yeah, dude, I'll probably check out the second one. I'll give it another chance, another shot, you know. But this is the thing, because you already know, like, some of my preferences aren't, like, if it's too much, like, sci-fi where it's, where it looks, you could pull off sci-fi and stuff like that, but if it looks a little, like, that scorpion-looking fucking crazy thing, I was like, dude, come on.
Well, in the second one, you're going to be in that area.
Okay. Then, but as long as... I don't know. I feel like if they if it's a separate world, then I guess. But if it's like in your regular world, like real life, and you bring that in, then I don't know. It's kind of hard to pull that off for me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's like when you're in that world more.
I'll probably check that out just because.
There, I mean, be warned though. There is like bad CGI.
Yeah. See, and then I'm sure at the time it looked cool. You know what's funny, isn't it? Yeah. How long? When was the first time you saw this movie? Were you like young?
Well, when the
Were you,
first
like, a
time I
kid?
saw it, I was like real young.
Okay, so at the time, didn't it probably looked.
Yeah, that mess straight freaked me out.
It was believable,
Yeah.
right?
Like that scorpion thing when I was a kid.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was scared.
Well, that's different because everything's gonna freak you out kind of when you're a kid.
But I mean, it was like if like you watch Chucky or something.
Yeah. That's why I think Halloween has always been like my favorite because obviously I watched that when I was little and it scared me and shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have older brother and sister that are a lot older than me, so they they loved and all that. But what I was gonna say about that though is that I remember certain movies that I saw when I was a kid, and the effects and everything, like you didn't mind it at the time.
Yeah, they look
like, this looks
good.
Yeah, like I went back and watched I went back and watched Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
And then I remember that when I was a kid, dude, I thought that was the shit. Like Mortal Kombat, like it was dope, right? And I went back and watched it, and I was like, dude, this shit looks so fake. Like these effects.
Yeah, like how did I ever believe this was real?
And I don't know if it's just because when you're a kid, everything's like more impressionable on you, or it's just that you just hadn't seen those bad graphics in a while. You're so used to what's out there.
I think
today.
it's just because of the times.
Yeah.
Because
that's back then. That's all there was.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
but
like if you see Blade, the first one, like when they do the little,
seen that one in a while, but
when they did when they exploded, when he
Oh,
stabbed them
yeah,
with the
yeah.
serum.
Yeah.
If you look at it now, bro, you're like,
Wow.
ooh, like did this actually pass?
Yeah. Yeah. Because
There's very few that hold like CGI holds up. Like Jurassic Park holds
Jurassic
up.
Park, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was a good one.
But other than that,
I'd have to think. I'd have to really think. Because going back and seeing some of these movies, I'm like, what? Like, dude.
yeah, like I mean, if it was like 2000, bro, Frank would have been like a CGI, like skeleton getting all the. Instead, he was like a practical effect.
Which I thought they did pretty. I thought they did okay with Frank. Like,
yeah,
not at the very beginning. I remember when I first saw his arms come out of the wood. And onto that, I was like, what the hell? I thought that looked whack. And then after he started getting a little bit more flesh, I thought it looked kind of cool. But
I like to hold that scene where it just was like in reverse, where he was just coming together. I like how like they did it, like where you're like, oh man, did they just melt something and then play it back in reverse to get that effect? Yeah. That's how I thought about it.
Oh,
I was thinking about like how did they technically
That's what I was
actually
too. I was
do
like,
it?
did they reverse it or what? And I was thinking that too with the blood, because you know how there would be like a puddle, like it'll be a blood, and then it turns into like a puddle. I'm like, how they, you know?
And how it's sunk into like the nails.
I was like, they have to be doing something like backwards or something. But yeah, all in all though, man, I don't know. I don't know if I'd recommend that one. Probably not, especially if I. It's because that's kind of tough to somebody who's gonna watch it for the first time today. Like I know my girl would have hated that if I watched it with her, because she hates like anything before the 2000s.
Yeah.
Even though I like a lot of stuff before the 2000s, but something like that is like exactly what she doesn't like when it doesn't look real. Or she'd be like, "This is stupid." Like that's totally what she'd be over it. But I mean, not to piss off any Hellraiser fans. I know there's Hellraiser fans out there. Like, I mean, but just for me, it's not. I like more realistic, I guess. I mean, I thought Pinhead looks dope though. I thought he was dope, and I thought his lines were dope, but he didn't come out enough, I guess, for me, and I don't know.
What about when he when Kirsten was crying? He was like, "No."
Christy?
Yeah. When she was crying, and he was like,
"Oh yeah.
Don't no tears.
No tears.
It's a waste of good suffering."
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I remember that.
Because Pinhead is all about. He's like the poster boy for like what is it? like having too much pleasure, or you know, trying to chase the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's all about pleasing himself.
Yeah.
And in the second one, you
Mm-hmm.
you get to know Pinhead a little bit more.
All right. Well, yeah. I'll probably check out that second one. We'll probably do another show on that or something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, just be aware you're gonna have a bad CGI.
Okay. Well, then I'll be ready for that.
What are some other like? Have you been like just keeping up with horror or?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I know this came out like a month and a half ago, but obviously we weren't recording back then. But Halloween had announced the writer, director, and the release date, which to me that's my favorite franchise.
Yeah.
You know that, and so they announced it's gonna be Danny McBride and what's his name, David Gordon Green, or I forget his name.
The dude from Eastbound and Down.
Eastbound and Down. Yeah, David Gordon Green and Danny McBride are gonna be writing it together, and then David Gordon Green is gonna direct it, and it's supposed to come out October 19th, 2018. So
18, yeah.
next year. And John Carpenter said, this is the thing, I'm kind of, obviously when you hear Danny McBride and David,
I mean, you hear Eastbound and Down, you're
they're
thinking
good.
funny.
They're good at like they're good for comedy and stuff like that, right? So they're good at what they do with that, but like this is kind of like a wild card. You don't know how they're gonna do with this genre, you know. So I mean, I'm obviously hoping for the best, but we'll see, I guess. But John Carpenter did say that they came up to him, they pitched this whole idea or whatever, and that he actually liked it, because I mean there had been other pitches and stuff like that, and I guess it didn't fly or whatever, right? So this seems like it actually excited him, so that's a good thing. That, you know, it's a good sign. And another good sign that I like about it is that they said they're gonna focus more on the first one, second one. So they did say it is a sequel, not a remake, but that's gonna be kind of like along that storyline, you know, with 1 and 2 somehow.
Is it a sequel of what?
That's the thing. We don't know yet, because you know how in Halloween there's different storylines, right? There's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. There's 1, 2 H2O Resurrection. Then some people were just 1, 2 Resurrection. I mean H2O. Everybody hates Resurrection, obviously.
Busta Rhymes.
And then and it's not. This isn't a sequel from Rob Zombies or anything like that. So I don't know. All I heard is like they're gonna really incorporate the first and second one.
So maybe it's like third.
Yeah, I guess so.
Halloween 3.
Maybe, but then
minus Season of the Witch.
Yeah, Season of the Witch is like its own thing. Which had Halloween in it, but it was just kind of like on the TV and stuff.
Yeah.
But so I don't know, man. How do you feel about that? Like, now that we know the writer and director.
I mean, I like Danny McBride and was
David Gordon Green. Because he also he directed Pineapple Express. He directed.
I mean, bro,
Your Highness
Eastbound and Down.
It's
is
hilarious.
Like the best.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Kenny Powers, like one of my favorite like characters.
Dude, he's funny.
But I mean, if they can, if they can write comedy, I think I'm gonna give them like.
Yeah,
I have faith.
Yeah, you can
because I think
shot.
comedy, especially like that type of comedy, might be really hard to pull off. So and horror. I mean, you could do weird stuff, and it doesn't have to be like the best idea. Like, I mean, if you look at Sleepaway Camp, super simple, but
you could keep it simple and do a good job.
Yeah, it doesn't have to like have all these nuances and layers to it. So I mean,
They did say that this one is not gonna be like a comedy because they're probably catching a lot of heat. Like, oh, what the fuck? Because there's some people that, obviously are gonna be against it just because it's them, and they're gonna be like, oh. But they did say this is gonna be like horror. It's not gonna be comedy. And
yeah, I mean, I give him.
And then
I have faith.
Danny McBride is tapping into that with like he's in the new Alien.
Yeah.
Which it seems like he's actually being serious and all that stuff. So, and I heard him in an interview talk about it, and he's like, he sounded like serious about it. Like he's really into it. He's really wants to do something with the series. Like, I mean, with the franchise. Like he's not just in it just to fucking try to make some money or something.
Yeah, like I mean, what's his name? Did Get Out?
Oh yeah, what's his name? Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele, right? Yeah.
He did Get Out.
Good.
So
he did pretty good on. That was good too. That was a good movie.
So
and he came from the comedy background.
Yeah. So
I thought about that
too. I'll give him a pass for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think comedy is probably harder to write than horror. So.
Yeah. Probably. Well, I don't know. Unless you. There's some horror that's actually like. Well, I mean, I guess that would fall under like psychological thriller or whatever. Those ones are really well written,
Yeah, like but I mean, like if you're trying to do a comedy, you have to appeal to so many people.
Yeah.
And like Eastbound and Down, I've never seen anybody that doesn't like straight Kenny Powers.
Dude, that dude's funny, man. Even Danny McBride and like everything though, he just has that A factor where he's just gonna make you laugh, So yeah, we'll look forward to that. So that's gonna come out at the end of next year. And then, and that's kind of like a little bit older news. That's like February.
My main problem is I don't like how we just keep going back to the old stuff.
Yeah.
Like I want can we come up with something new?
Yeah.
Like let's have a new franchise that turns out to be.
What do you think? The last really successful like franchise that had a bunch of sequels probably like Saw, right? Or Paranormal Activity. Even though at the end it kind of sucked, but Paranormal Activity was like the last that they're.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a legit horror movie.
Yeah, because you could say like Paranormal Activity or Insidious or Conjuring or all those, but like you're talking about like where they actually have like an established villain.
Yeah, like I mean, where's our next Pinhead? Where's our next Michael Myers?
Probably the latest one probably was Saw.
Yeah, right. Jigsaw.
Yeah, Jigsaw was probably the last one I could think of. They actually had like
an established villain. Like you don't have that anymore. Like
and talking about like going back, so was it yesterday? New trailer came out. Obviously, you didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
You're going back to that rule. Yeah, which is actually
don't watch trailers.
Yeah, but I just wanted to watch it just so I could talk about it. It didn't show too much, but it did show like. Do you know what he looks like? Pennywise, the new Pennywise.
The new one, no.
You don't even know what he looks like? Oh, okay. So that came out yesterday, and it's about like, I don't know, a couple minutes, trailer. And actually, dude, it looks good. I sent it to my brother. He said it looked kind of cheesy, but that's how he is.
That's his.
Yeah, but I'm excited for it. Like, it looked good. It was, like the production, everything looks pretty good. Like the shots that they showed, and Pennywise himself looked good, and it looks, because honestly, if you go back and watch it, like it's a classic and all that, but it's so they didn't try to. I don't think they're trying to remake that like they're too much. Like they're kind of updating it.
Yeah, don't spoil too much. I just see what I.
But it's it. So I'll just tell you this: like the iconic stuff is still in there. Like.
Yeah, well, see, this is my thing.
He's still a clown, and
this is why I didn't want to watch. Like, I specifically don't want to watch like It or like the new Alien.
The trailers movies that you're excited.
Yeah, or that have like an established franchise. That I really like is because, like, when I watched like Walking Dead, I love the comics, and then when I saw it, I couldn't. Like I read the comics. I was reading the comics like pretty much like up until Walking Dead was starting.
Right.
So I had the comics straight fresh in my mind. And then when I saw the new one, or when I saw the TV show, and it wasn't really the comic, and it was like, it was just hard to separate the two.
But
So
I try to tell you, like, don't be the person who compares it like it has to be exactly the book or exactly the comic. But I get what you're saying. Like, okay, so with this,
it's like if you would watch Halloween, like the day before the new Halloween comes out.
Oh, I get you.
And then you're like,
what?
then you have Halloween fresh in your mind.
I know, cause my thing is always like, oh, don't compare it, but then all that shit goes out the door when I watch Halloween. I'm like, oh, goddamn, like you guys fucked up.
Yeah.
Fuck this movie. But not just cause they didn't stick to the script though. Just a whole bunch of that movie was just shit. Like it was.
Yeah, they didn't.
We'll talk about that. We'll get into that like on its own episode.
I just don't like when they don't stick to just how the character would be.
The things that you like grew to like love about the character, right? I guess. And then like you could make it your own, but don't take away the stuff that why we fell in love with this character in the first place. I guess, or the story or whatever. Like if you take all that out, and then you're kind of like, well,
or you try to explain stuff. It just.
No, but Walking Dead though, because I didn't know the comics, but I thought that show was dope, man. I got hooked onto that show.
Yeah, like read a couple of the comics and you'll see why. The comics are just a lot like. I just feel like they have a lot more character development.
Mm-hmm.
You actually care about like Rick and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And. Like after like the first season, I didn't care about any of the characters in the show. Like fools are just getting on my nerves constantly.
Oh, I know. There's some that do, but I guess
that's especially like what's her name?
Lori?
Andrea. She was getting on my nerves.
Oh, the white chick, blonde chick, right?
Yeah, I think this was in the
Carl got on my
something.
fucking nerves, bro. I hated Carl and I hated Lori, but Lori got off, but. Did you knew that though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like when characters like you're supposed to like, you end up not liking.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, dude, why am I even watching the show anymore?
Yeah.
There's no point.
Right. I don't know, man, but hopefully hopefully, I mean, so far it looks good. I'm not gonna tell you. I want to tell you some of the stuff in there, but I'd rather just not. But you could probably figure it out, like, you know the main scenes or like the main, like, I don't know, but
yeah,
it looks good though. Like I was glad that it wasn't like a trailer that came out and I just completely hated it. It looked stupid as fuck, you know. And what I'm hearing is that people are excited. People like the trailer. You see, Shab posted it.
Yeah, I just want to be surprised, like when I go into it.
Okay, well you're gonna be surprised, but you gotta hold off till September. So that release date is September 8th this year, 2000.
So it's not that bad.
2017.
2018.
Oh, because that's I was thinking about Halloween. Yeah, 2017. So September, which is just before everything starts popping. You know.
Yeah, before all the October stuff starts happening.
Which takes us in. So that's pretty much it for this episode. But for next week, we're gonna hit.
We're gonna record on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll record on Sunday. But I'm talking about for next week. We'll probably record this Sunday, but next weekend we're gonna go to Monsterpalooza, right?
Monsterpalooza.
And we'll take some pictures and probably upload that for you guys.
Yeah, do like a little vlog or something.
Yeah, we'll do something good, something cool for that. But I'm excited for that, dude. So that's coming up, and then this Sunday, we'll probably just
Saturday probably go snowboarding or something.
Yeah, Saturday we'll probably go snowboarding. Then from this point to Sunday, I don't know. We'll watch something, probably review it. If not, then we'll just shoot the shit.
Yeah, maybe Hellraiser 2 or something.
Yeah, we could probably something like that.
So then it's like back to back.
There's nothing coming out this week, dude. Nothing good. And like in theaters wise, so we'll watch a throwback.
When's that one? Have you seen Valerian?
Nah.
I haven't really watched the trailer, but it's the dude that directed Fifth Element.
Oh, okay.
He's getting back into like the comic scene.
Oh, okay.
So it should be, hopefully it's another like Fifth Element going on, because I loved Fifth Element when I was a kid. Well, yeah.
Dude, I remember that. I remember watching that. I never watched it all the way through, just bits and pieces. I remember just when I was a kid too, and thinking this movie's fucking weird. You know, obviously it takes place like
in like the future.
Yeah. So, but I remember thinking like, what the fuck? This shit's weird.
Yeah,
But
I love that movie. I have it on
DVD or what?
Blu-ray.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, so we'll do something cool for Monsterpalooza, and then we'll be back on Sunday and do another episode. So that pretty much wraps us up. This has been the Hellraiser review, along with some other horror news and some other social issues.
Social issues. Donald Trump,
the president. So we'll see you guys on the next one then. Signing out.